Hey guys, tonight we begin with something gritty, grand, and absolutely unforgiving. Life in the Roman Empire. Not as a senator, not as an emperor, no golden laurel crown, no marble baths. Tonight, you're not Julius Caesar. You're just you dropped unprepared into a world of sandals, sewage, and state-sponsored crucifixion. You awaken before dawn in your cramped Insula, the tenement block that rises 5 stories above Rome's narrow alleyways. The single oil lamp in the corner gutters against damp walls slick with mildew and the lingering scent of last night's rations. You swing your legs over the edge of the straw-filled mattress, feet landing on cold, uneven flagstones. Your only possessions, a threadbare tunic, a clay chamber pot, and a battered satchel, lie within arm's reach. A muffled groan echoes through the floorboards as another tenant shifts. Somewhere in the depths of the building, a baby cries and chickens squawk. You reach for your pot, cradle it in one hand and a flickering torch in the other, and slip down the narrow stairs. Every plank creaks in protest. At street level, you step into the half-light, fueled torches burning beside the moon's pale glow, mingling with the smell of smoke, sweat, and sewage. Vendors are already calling their wares, piles of figs, sacks of lentils, vats of garum that smell of rotting fish. You thread your way toward the public latrina, where a long marble bench riddled with holes overlooks a shallow trough of running water. There are no partitions. Strangers sit beside you, burping yesterday's wine, picking their teeth. You squat, pass the communal sponge on its stick, rinse it as best you can in brine, and hurry away before anyone notices your hesitation. Each trip to this bench is a contest between dignity and necessity. Today, you've survived. By the time you reach the street corner, the sun is a faint orange line on the horizon. Breakfast is a stale hunk of panis rusticus, bread so dense it could serve as a doorstop, torn in half and washed down with a cup of foul, watered-down wine. No cheese. No olives. Certainly no honeyed pastries. You tear off a piece, chew mindlessly, and dodge carts careening through the open sewer at the street's center. One misstep, and you baptize your sandals in the city's filth. Soon you join the throng of laborers marching to the aqueduct works. Under a merciless sun, you wrangle splintered beams onto your shoulders, haul buckets of lime, and wedge enormous stones into place. Lucius, the foreman, barks orders in a harsh Latin you only partly understand. He wields a short rod to remind latecomers that in Rome, work brooks no excuse. Your sandals, no thicker than dried leaves, offer all the support of a soggy rag. Dust, sweat, and the metallic tang of lead from water pipes fill your mouth and lungs. Every breath tastes of labor, every muscle screams rebellion. At high noon, you limp away toward the cool sanctuary of marble columns, the Temple of Asclepius. Here, in a shaded courtyard, stands an apiary of terra-cotta hives, cylindrical tubes stacked neatly, an innovation borrowed from Egyptian and Greek beekeepers. You lift a lid and inhale the heady scent of honey, then fill a small jar with its golden warmth. Later, this precious elixir will heal the angry abrasion on your elbow, a gift of divine chemistry known since Hippocrates and Pliny. For a moment, as bees hum around you, you close your eyes and forget Lucius's rod, the sun's ferocity, and the grinding weight of survival. Fortified by sweet relief, you press on to the Baths of Caracalla. At the apoditerium you surrender your coin, then slip into steaming caldaria where naked bodies blur into a single, sweating mass. Philosophers murmur about the 4 humors, merchants hawk fake bombs, and the water, drawn through lead pipes, hugs every inch of your skin. In the frigidarium, ice-cold water crashes over you like an alpine torrent, chasing away the adhesive heat. You repeat the ritual until your limbs tingle, then don your damp tunic, which clings to you like a second skin. Back in the marketplace, you bargain for chickpea fritters. A merchant snarls that you cut ahead in line yesterday, witnesses begin to gather. With little choice, he drags you before the magistrate at dawn. Tonight, you rehearse your defense by torchlight, clutching your jar of honey as if it were a shield. Small miracles, an alibi, a healed wound, can tip the scales of justice in Rome. Returning to your Insula long after curfew, you find the corridor awash in torchlight. A drunken brawl spills onto the stairs, rats scramble over discarded bones, the vigilas trudge by, buckets in hand, half-heartedly hunting fires and brigands. You slip into your room but sleep eludes you. From your narrow window, the city rails against the night, clattering wheels, a dog's howl, laughter from a tavern, the distant clang of iron on stone. In the darkness, you remember legends told in hushed voices by flickering lamps, Princess Rodigon, who vowed not to wash her hair until rebellious provinces fell and then bathed triumphantly in a public square, Queen Tomius of the steppe, who rejected Cyrus the Great's marriage offer, lured his army into a trap, and avenged her son with a crimson promise. Their feats prove that even a single vow, in filth and danger, can forge a legend. Dawn arrives in pale streaks. You dress in your patched tunic, shoulder your satchel, and stride to the Forum Romanum. A crowd of curious citizens and gossip-hungry merchants waits as you ascend the marble steps to face the magistrate. Your opponent stands to object. You produce the Temple of Asclepius's note confirming your healed elbow and present the jar of honey salve as proof of medicinal use, not a weapon. After a tense moment, the magistrate rules in your favor: no fine, no flogging. Relief floods you, so potent it tastes like victory. Stepping into the golden morning, you pass soaring aqueduct arches, gleaming columns, and statues of emperors who never felt the blistering sun on their backs. You pause at a fountain fed by distant hills, fill your clay cup with crystal water, and sip deeply. The sweetness lingers, not from honey this time, but from knowing that in this teeming, brutal city, you can survive. You are no senator draped in silk, no gladiator basking in applause. You are a plebeian forged in sweat, dust, and the hum of a million bees. Yet in your daily struggles, hauling stone, navigating magistrates, coaxing healing from nectar, you have carved your own path through Rome's endless stone and madness. And as you walk on, spirit unbroken, you carry within you the simple truth whispered by every broken road and honey-sweet promise alike. Even in the empire's darkest corners, a steadfast heart can become its own legend.